So what percentage of those in second marriages believe it will last until death us do part? It's 60%.
Triumph of hope over experience. Welcome back to The Right Stuff with me, Kay Adams, standing in for Matthew Wright while he takes the week off. And joining me in the panel, we have Anton Dubek, Janet Ellis and actress Denise Black. Still to come, are women their own worst enemies? Can women rely on each other for support these days? Oh, heavy sighs from Denise. Or is there no such thing as sisterhood anymore? Are we genetically programmed to stab each other in the back? And if so, why? Stop it. 0207 173... Oh, God! What was that? 0207 173 5555 is the number to ring. First, though, do divorcees make the best marriage material? Well, if you're into the stats, you'd say no. While 40% of all first marriages fail, nearly 50% of second marriages crash and burn. But statistics are dull, aren't they? We want real-life testimony, and Denise Black here, my sister, says that the best partners are the ones that have already been road-tested.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right, Denise?
Go in there, you know. Find yourself a nice divorcee.
You've got one, haven't you?
I've got me one.
Right, so what's better about being with a divorced partner?
Oh, listen, I'm only telling you, it's just a
Don't
theory.
Don't backpedal now, lady.
All right. If somebody's been through it before and it didn't work out, then they really want to try and do it right the next time, and maybe they've learnt some stuff.
So what kind of things?
Cling on, work. Don't give up.
All right, so a little bit of staying power, you think?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not easy, is it? I mean, the thing about marriage, and I should know I've been married forever, is that you have to work at it all the time. It's never sorted. There's dull bits and there's really good bits, and then there's some more dull bits. And you just have to keep on working at it.
You're not selling it to me. So it's that staying power. Well, that's interesting, because I see the stats go against it. Now, Janet, you are complicated here. You're a divorcee.
I'm a remarried divorcee, yes.
But
yes.
your partner was fresh out the box.
He was, yeah. He was, yes. And I think, speaking personally, obviously, I'd learned through my journey of my first marriage. And
Let's cleanse.
Had a rehearsal, and yes. And I think you're right to a certain extent. You know, I think you are more determined, because I believe when I got married the first time that it was going to last. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got married to him. And when it doesn't, I think it shocks you. And it certainly shocked me. I don't come from a family with a huge history of divorce, and I was very shocked, surprised, upset, hurt, and all the other things. But it did make me very determined to work very hard when I found, luckily, the one I'm still with. But I have to confess, I think I would have made a pretty terrible wife to somebody who'd been married before. I don't think I would have coped very well with that marriage history, particularly if he had children by it. Yeah, I think it would have been difficult for me. And John is an extraordinary stepfather to Sophie, and we have 2 children now. He's perfect. He doesn't mind at all about my first relationship. But I don't know. I would find that hard. I would find it hard not to mind it, like, a lot.
Well,
really.
Those are the exact reasons that are given for second marriages breaking down even more. Just the fact that there's no honeymoon period. There's never that time that it's just the two of you, because, you know, there is an ex-partner and there are potentially children and there's money. Look at him grinning like a ninny there. Look at him thinking, this isn't me, I just dance for a living. Hey.
That's it, I trivialised my whole life. Thank you very much.
You started it.
Did I? What did I say? I'm sitting there listening to words of wisdom from our womanly folk. You and your leather skirt and your thigh-high boots. Any chance of another coffee? All I can talk about really is the experience of my mum, because I've not been married. So my mum is remarried. She's been divorced. Now she's having a lovely time now, and her husband was also married. And they're having a lovely time, and I'm thrilled, because the first time for her it was filth, and it saddens me when I think about it, because she's so lovely. My mum is, she's my mum, but she is actually the loveliest girl ever. She's really lovely.
I'm warming to you.
Oh, she's
I'm
so
warming
nice.
to you.
And she deserves to have a lovely time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't such a great time the first time round, and I felt sorry for her, and, you know, growing up. But now she's having a great time. So if that's a confirmation of the point, then great. If it's not, then I just thought I'd tell you a lovely story.
Well, it was a lovely story. But I think there's probably a difference between, you know, a bad marriage, and I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing here, and then relationships that just don't work out. And it's not that there's
What's that then?
baddies
Is that
involved.
good marriage if it don't work out?
Well, you know, sometimes two people just don't work together. It doesn't make them both bad people. You
Makes
know,
them a bad marriage.
Yeah, well,
doesn't it?
maybe, but it still means you can both move on and have successful relationships elsewhere.
I didn't have a clue when I was busy falling in love and getting married as what was ahead. I had no idea. It's completely different.
Well, it stood you in good stead. It's fine. Yeah. So we've got some calls out there. Who have we got, Amy?
I'm sorry, Anton, but your mum's not as nice as my mum. Anyway, we've got Katie first on line 1.
Hi there, Katie.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Now, what's your marital status? What's your take on this?
Actually, this is I think I agree in the sense that, you know, people who already been burned before, they try harder. Because, I mean, this is my second marriage, and for my husband it's the third. And between the two of us, he's the one who is more willing to work harder. He's always absolutely insisting that this is going to work. It's going to be till death do us part. And he doesn't mind sharing about, okay, this is what I used to do, and I only discovered later on that it broke my previous marriage, so we're not going to do that.
Oh, so he's really learned from past mistakes in that classic sense. He's changed his behaviour.
Yes, and he's more than willing to talk about it and say, you know what, that happened, and I only discovered after the damage was done that it was detrimental for my marriage. And basically, he's always saying, let's talk about it. So if anything, I mean, there's the baggage, which is you know, his previous children, there's the family members that don't like you, or this or that. And what we do is we talk about it. Okay, you know what? This is your family, and this is what they did, and their actions.
Katie, that's a great story, and I mean, you're another one who's defying the statistics, and it's nice to see that, you know, we lump things in statistics, and when you hear real stories of people who do change, it's great. And I've got one more statistic to give you, though, that apparently there is bad news for second marriages. The good news is sex is better. And we've got 15 seconds, so if either of you two girls would like to comment on it in any way, just feel free.
Let our silence speak volumes.
Thanks.
Sounds like the Boar said something the same on her 7th marriage. Whatever you do, don't give the rings back, wasn't it? Or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Well, at least you lose a mother-in-law.
Don't give the rings back. Never, ever, ever.